For a while now, I've noticed this trend about Justin Trudeau, the way he speaks and the frequency with which he brings up climate change, even in situations when you're like, why are you even bringing this up? So, latest example, Summit of the Americas. It's a meeting of various North and South and Latin American countries talking about a whole slew of issues. Now, Justin Trudeau giving a press statement talking about what he's going to be doing there, and he said that some of the issues we're going to tackle are migration, climate change, pandemic measures. Those were the three examples he used. Now, I'm sure they will talk about various other initiatives because that's what happens when countries gather for a couple of days. But climate change, it was number two. I was actually kind of interested to see it was number two because so often he does these roll call of the issues that really matter. And climate change is often number one. If it's not number one, it's number two. I mean, look for it. Next time you see him talking about a whole bunch of things he wants to do, priorities, whatever the issue, he can be at an event in this part of the world or that part of the world. It can be during election time. It can be when there's no election happening at all. Always one or two, he brings up the climate change issue. Sometimes when there are just other issues so obvious that should be front of center, we're like, we get the fact you're really into climate change stuff, fine, but sometimes maybe you should talk about other things. Like when it comes to Summit of the Americas, lots of stuff going on with inflation and the economy, and there's a lot of global things going on as well. So you would think that you would want to talk about inflation vis-a-vis the global phenomenon, not just the domestic factors, but talking with other countries. And maybe he will be doing that, I don't know, but it doesn't come to mind. And that's the interesting thing about how Trudeau does his roll call of things he cares about. It seems like it's really only climate change, and then I have to say two other things. Today I'll say migration, another day maybe I'll talk about this issue of climate change. Really, first or second, watch for it. I've been watching it happen for years, and I'm noticing it every time, like, wow, this is the one constant at the things Justin Trudeau really cares about. Always going on about climate change, even when there's no announcement about it, no initiative, no new report, always there, front and center. No big surprise, but we have the evidence for it. The man is obsessed.